The Matjhabeng Municipal Council is discussing just how and why land worth over 2.4 billion rand was handed over to Eskom. Earlier this week, the power utility announced that 139 farms belonging to the council was attached as security for the municipality's 3.4 billion rand debt. Newsroom Africa's Udurile Ramasi has more.
A shocking announcement by power utility Eskom that they are now the new owners of farmlands in the Free State. In a statement, Eskom announced it has attached over 130 farms belonging to the Matjhabeng municipality with an outstanding 2.4 billion rand. This is part of its efforts to recover 3.4 billion rand in debt the municipality has accrued from 2014. But the battle did not begin here. Earlier this month, the court handed Matjhabeng's bank accounts over to Eskom with 2.7 million rand in its coffers, according to the municipality, the only attachment council was aware of. The bank account attachment is part of an ongoing battle between Eskom and the Matjhabeng municipality that began 6 years ago. But the power utility has since agreed to return the accounts back to the municipality, while the funds in the account remain with the sheriff. According to the Municipal Financial Management Act, a municipality may not transfer ownership of any asset needed to deliver basic municipal services. In addition, the Act states that a municipal council has to sit in a meeting open to the public to discuss reasonable grounds and fair market value before transferring any of its assets. The MFMA also states that the above may not apply if the transfer is to another municipality or an organ of state. With less than 3 million rand in its account, the question is, will the Matjhabeng municipality be able to pay the utility back or make arrangements to get the land returned?
Well, to look at part of what happened in that particular municipality and how the utility is going about collecting its money, we're joined by Eskom Spokesperson Sikonathi Mantshantsha. Sikonathi, good evening. Was this the only option that you had?
Good evening. Since 2014, Eskom has been in and out of court with the Matjhabeng municipality, trying to collect unpaid debt for the supply of electricity to this municipality. At that point, the debt stood at 372 million rand. And of course, there have been many agreements with the municipality agreeing on a repayment plan to service the debt. And all those agreements have been broken to the extent that we are now at 10 times the original amount. And the decision then, or the agreement, was that they had this land, farmland, to post as security while the main case is still being decided in court.
What do we know about this land that has now become security? Who was operating on it? Was it functional at all? There's so many questions that begin to come up, and I wonder if those have been of interest at all to Eskom.
Yes, they absolutely are of interest, and they are part of the court record. The agreement, which is now, of course, an order of court, says the municipality must give a full description of the property and indeed all the details about these properties to Eskom within 14 days. And of course register a bond to this effect. So those questions will be answered within 14 days of the court order by the municipality.
So as it stands, you as Eskom don't even know what is currently happening on that land?
Yes, we do not know. What we do know is what we have stated in the media release, the estimated value of the property as has been given to Eskom by the municipality.
So what happens in the interim? If there is perhaps farming taking place on that land, does it mean that that has to come to a standstill until this court process is done and perhaps there is another resolution that Eskom and this municipality can reach?
The case in court is still ongoing, and this is the dispute about 3.4 billion rand. Only when that case has been resolved will we know the future of the farm. At this point, of all this farmland, at this point, the property belongs to the municipality, but Eskom is holding the title deeds as security. Whatever activity that may or may not be happening on the farms shall continue as before, until the decision has been made about the fate of the debt.
Is this a signal of how you're going to be handling things going forward? We know that municipality debt in particular has been a big problem for Eskom. It was recently flagged by the Deputy President and even the Deputy Finance Minister, who have all mentioned it as a threat, especially to service delivery in local government.
At the end of July 2020, Eskom was owed 31.9 billion rand by municipalities in this country. And yes, this is indeed part of the future activities for Eskom to try and collect on that debt. And of course, this is not the first step. A court process, or rather the attachment of property, follows many steps in the credit management process, leading all the way up to finally Eskom attaching property and where necessary, auctioning off the property. At this point, however, it is too soon to talk about what will happen to this land. But definitely Eskom is accelerating the collection of unpaid debt from municipalities. The reason is quite simple, Cathy. You've just stated it yourself. Eskom keeps tapping on the same people to pay for services, to pay for the electricity, and the few customers that currently do pay are paying quite a lot of money, carrying municipalities and other customers that are not doing enough to meet their end of the bargain.
Of course, sure. Of course, you're doing this as the country moves to alert level 1 of the lockdown. It's expected to stimulate more activity within the economy. What can we expect when it comes to the power supply, or perhaps even lack of power supply?
Let's start in the short term, Cathy. A few hours ago, I released a statement requesting the people of South Africa to reduce electricity usage this evening and tomorrow. Yes, we are not expecting or planning to implement load shedding, but demand is supply is quite low. We have had some breakdowns over the past 24 hours. So we are requesting the people to reduce usage. Let me repeat this again. At this point, there is no plan to implement load shedding over the next few days. In the medium term, Eskom has told the people of South Africa, and we will repeat this for as long as it is necessary, that the system remains unreliable and indeed vulnerable. Whenever we have increased activities of economy, it comes under pressure. So we will continue to have load shedding, possibly all the way for the better part of next year, while Eskom is conducting maintenance on these power stations and fixing or repairing the design defects at both the Matjhabeng and the Kusile power station. All of these then will get us to a stage where load shedding or the occurrence of load shedding is significantly reduced late into 2021.
Eskom Spokesperson Sikonathi Mantshantsha will leave it there for tonight.